Hello students, I welcome you to your geography session where the motive is to learn geography in a fun and interesting way. Today we are going to start with our chapter number 4, that is agriculture. I would request you people to please carry your pen and paper so that you can note down the points that may be missing in your PPT. Let's begin. Have you ever thought from where the term agriculture originated? I'll tell you. Agriculture word has actually been taken from Latin language. In Latin language, the term used is agricultura, where agri means field and cultura means growing and cultivation, which is converted into agriculture according to the late Middle English. This is just a brief history behind the term agriculture. Now, let us come to the main definition given here. You can see on the board, agriculture is the science or practice of farming, including cultivation of the soil and growing of crops and rearing of animals to provide food, wool and other products. In short, agriculture is the science and art of cultivating plants and livestock. We always had a myth that agriculture means growing of crops, but from this definition we come to know that it is not just growing of crops but also includes rearing of animals, which means it is a combination of both growing of crops and rearing of animals. Agriculture was the key development in the rise of sedentary human civilization. Now the term sedentary may be new for some of you. Students, sedentary means settled civilization, when man started to live a settled life, whereby farming of domesticated species created food surplus that enabled people to live a better life. Moving forward, I'll tell you what is the basic motto of agriculture. Actually, agriculture includes 3 F's into it. What are these 3 F's? These 3 F's mean food that we consume, feed for the animals and fiber for our clothing. So, the basic motto of agriculture is food, feed and fiber, that is food for us, feed for animals and fiber for our clothing. Moving ahead, let's come to the next topic, that is types of farming. What do you mean by types of farming? There are majorly 3 types of farming that are used that we cultivate in India. The cultivation methods depend upon the characteristics of a physical environment, technological know-how and socio-cultural practices. We are very much aware that different crops require different type of soil pattern, climate and topography. So, here the 3 major types of farming are varies from subsistence to commercial type. Farming varies from subsistence to commercial type. Moving ahead, let's move to the various types of farming methods. The first we move with primitive subsistence farming. Primitive subsistence farming. What does the term primitive tells you? Primitive tells the old methodology that was used. Now when we talk about the old primitive subsistence, so subsistence is a word that is maybe new for you. What does the term subsistence means? It means minimal. Dictionary term of the subsistence is minimal. That is food for the purpose of personal use only, where sale is not included. Where sale is not included. Minimal farming produce, that is the personal use, where sale is not included. Now when we talk about primitive, it is always on a small scale of land and with the help of old primitive tools like hoe, hoe, digging sticks and all. Let's come to the flashboard here and see this type of farming is still practiced in few pockets of India. That is, primitive subsistence agriculture is practiced on a small patch of land with the help of primitive tools like hoe, hoe and digging stick and a family labor. Means no outer labor is required, only family members are sufficient for this type of farming. This type of farming generally depends on rain for irrigation. They don't use the artificial methods but only depend on rain for agriculture. Now coming back, it is even known in some places like slash and burn agriculture, where the farmers clear the patch of land and produce cereals and other food crops. Where the farmers clear the patch of land and produce the cereals and other food crops. When the soil fertility decreases, the farmers shift and clear that patch of land and move to the other one. It is known by different names in different parts of the country. It is known as jhuming in northeastern states. Again, I'll repeat. It is known as jhuming in northeastern states. It has various other names as well. For example, slash and burn agriculture is known as milpa in Mexico, in Central America, Conuco in Venezuela, Roca in Brazil, Masalo in Central Asia, Ladakh, Indonesia, and many more. When we talk about this, land productivity is very low in this type of agriculture. Land productivity is very low in this type of agriculture. This type of farming mostly depends on monsoon, no artificial methods of irrigation, practiced in few parts of the country. Now, moving to the next one, that is intensive farming. Intensive farming. Here, in intensive farming, the term intensive, what does it mean to you? What do you understand by the term intensive? When we talk about intensive, it means concentrated. It means concentrated. Now, it is a labor-intensive farming. It is a labor-intensive farming where high doses of biochemical inputs and irrigations are used for higher production. Keep in mind again, let's come. This type of farming is practiced in areas of high population pressure first of all. Where is it practiced? It is practiced in the areas of high population pressure. That is, it has more pressure on the land. Now we can have the example as nowadays population is increasing but land lies the same. So what happens? 5 members in a family, they all have inherited that land and all are the members of the same family, so they all work on the same land. So here population increased whereas land remained the same, because of which what happened? Pressure on the land increased. I hope it is clear. It is labor intensive farming where high doses of biochemical inputs and irrigation methods are used for higher production. I repeat, it is a practice in high population pressure. It is practiced in the areas of high population and has pressure on the land. Next point comes, it is labor intensive farming where high doses of biochemical inputs and irrigations are used for higher production. I hope it is clear. Now the causes of it is, what can be the causes of intensive farming? The causes can be growing population, right to inheritance, all the members own the same land, so they have the right on that land. So the causes of intensive method can be growing population, and right to inheritance. I hope you're clear with this. Moving to the next slide, come to commercial farming. The term itself explains that commercial. What does the term commercial means? It means to sell. It means to sell. That is, purpose of growing such crop is to sell in the market and earn money out of it. Now, when farmers do not grow crops or raise animals for their own good, when farmers do not grow crops or raise animals for their own good, you can term it as a commercial farming. You can term it as commercial farming. This type of farming uses higher doses of modern inputs such as HYV seeds, chemical fertilizers, insecticides, pesticides for the higher productivity. Again, I'll go with the same. This type of farming uses higher doses of modern inputs such as HYV seeds, chemical fertilizers, insecticides, pesticides to obtain higher productivity. Commercial farming includes plantation into it. What is plantation? A type of commercial farming in which single crop is grown on a large area. Where single crop is grown on a large area, plantation covers large tracts of land using capital intensive inputs. Lots of capital is used here with the help of migrant laborers. All the producers used as a raw material in industries. Examples can be sugarcane, that is sugar we can say, then rubber, jute. These all are the plantation crops and are used or grown in the commercial farming. I hope commercial farming is clear to everybody here. Moving ahead now. Up till now we have done what is agriculture and the types of farming, which includes 3 different types of farming. The one is primitive subsistence farming, second one is intensive farming, and the third is the commercial farming. Come to the next topic. Let's begin with the cropping pattern. Now, every country has its own cropping pattern as according to the seasons. Now, in India, we have majorly 3 cropping patterns. We have 3 cropping patterns. The 3 cropping patterns used here are Rabi, Kharif, Zaid. The 3 cropping patterns are Rabi, Kharif, and Zaid. Have you ever heard of these names before? Do you feel these are Indian names? I'm a bit confused here. If I tell you, let me tell you these in detail. Actually, Rabi, Kharif, and Zaid, all the 3 are the Arabic words. All the 3 are the Arabic words. Arabic words. They have different meanings there. When we go in detail about it, coming back, Rabi. Sowing season is in winter, that is from October to December. And in some areas even up to March. Now, Rabi's growing season is winter, that is October to December, and in some areas even up to March. Harvesting time is April to June in the summer season. April to June. And important crops, please make a note of it. Important crops are wheat, barley, peas, gram, and mustard. Important crops are wheat, barley, peas, gram, and mustard. Rabi in Arabic word means spring. Rabi in Arabic language means spring. So these crops are harvested majorly in the spring season. So these are known as Rabi crops. Coming to the next one, Kharif. What does Kharif means here? Again, it is an Arabic word which means autumn. So sowing season is in the months from July to October may be grown in the onset of monsoons, okay, in some parts of the country. It's harvested September and October. Important crops are paddy, maize, jowar, bajra, moong, urad, jute and soya bean. Fine. I hope you are clear. Please remember that this question can come as a distinguish between the two cropping patterns, Rabi and Kharif, or it can even come for a 3-mark question as what is the cropping pattern that is practiced in India. Fine. Coming to the third one now. Zaid. Zaid. What does Zaid means here? Zaid means the term prosperous in Arabic language. The Zaid means prosperous, which is in the season. Majorly it is practiced in the season between the Rabi and the Kharif season. Okay. Majorly practiced in between Rabi and Kharif. It is a short duration, but in some parts season can be March to June. Now why it is called prosperous season? There is a reason behind that. Because it is called prosperous because these crops can be grown throughout the year through artificial irrigation. Through the artificial irrigation. The sowing season is between Rabi and Kharif. It's a short season during the summer months known as Zaid, in the month of March to June or July in some areas. Important crops are watermelon, muskmelon, cucumber, vegetable, fodder crops. Okay, I'll repeat. The important crops are watermelon, muskmelon, cucumber, vegetable and fodder crops. I hope you are clear about this. The 3 cropping patterns or the 3 cropping seasons of India are Kharif, Rabi and I hope you are clear. Please, for the any queries, come to the comment and ping me on my personal WhatsApp number. Thank you.